Welcome to the Nutty Knitty Sisters podcast, a podcast about knitting, spinning, and fiber-related creations. We're your hosts,
Julie
and Judith.
You can find us on social media as Nutty Knitty Sisters on Instagram, at Nutty Knitty Sisters on YouTube, and you can email us at nuttyknittysisters@gmail.com.
If you're watching for the first time, welcome, and thanks for joining us.
If you're a returning viewer, welcome back, and thanks for returning. We'd appreciate it if you'd click the subscribe button below so you don't miss any broadcasts.
Click that bell, you'll be notified as soon as new videos are loaded.
Now, grab your knitting, find a comfy spot,
And let's get a little nutty. Hello! It has been a long time. We just looked it up and it's been 4 months since we recorded. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. But we had a very eventful summer. So yeah, welcome back. We're glad to be back. Glad to be sharing all the things. It's going to be quite an episode. We have Rhinebeck Recap to go over. We have some FOs and some whips and some plans to announce. So let's get into it. Life in general. What's happening in your life in general?
Work. And lots of things around the house.
How's your Thanksgiving?
Rooms. Thanksgiving was good. It was quiet and small and...
Yep.
That's perfect.
Us too. Yep. We just had Mom over. That's it.
Yep.
It was good. Good.
Yep.
So you said you were saying you switched rooms. That was a chore.
Oh, yeah. It's still a work in progress.
Because you switched all of your yarn, like your yarn and office room in your bedroom, right?
Yes. So now I have the larger room to have work in, home office in, and my craft room in. So now I can have a proper table to have my sewing machines on and bigger space to have. I wanted to make my yarn fit in 2 places, a wooden bookcase and a wooden barrister bookcase. And other than kits and leftover scrap yarn, everything is on those 2 spaces now.
Nice.
So
nice.
It's going to be a much better working space.
And you have your own bathroom in this
Yes.
new workspace, away from the other bathrooms,
Yes.
so no more toilet flushing on conference calls.
Correct.
Nice. That's always a plus. That's why I put my office down here in the origami room.
Yep. The only thing that is a little bit, and we'll see how the winter goes, but kind of shot myself in the foot because when we put the heat pumps in, we put one in the center of the place in the living room and one in the end where I was in the home office, which is now my bedroom. So it's great. I now have my own personal heat and cool right in my bedroom. But the heat doesn't really get down to the office craft room is good. I did put up a little fan in the corner to try to pull it in, but I think I'm probably going to have to put a ceiling fan in there to kind of help draw some more air circulation in there.
You'll just have to knit faster and knit yourself all kinds of cozies and things in your office.
Nice Shetland wool blanket that I got from the Woolly Thistle. And that's right on the back of my chair.
There you go.
Yeah.
We had, like I said, a quiet Thanksgiving, just Mom. It's been I've been kind of busy. I've gone back into the office 3 days a week, which is hectic. There's a lot of construction between home and the office that takes me on back roads, like at 5 a.m. when there's no light.
Adds a good 10 minutes to the commute.
Yeah. And it's really, it's very hard for me to drive it because my eyesight in the dark is not great. So, and that little Prius, it's an accident waiting to happen. So I've been carpooling with my husband a lot. Interesting. And I've also had a lot of my spare time has been taken up with doctor's appointments, and we're finally starting to maybe get some answers about what's going on and why the pain, the fatigue, and all the things.
And
so
some better monitoring of things to try to nail down what it really is.
We now have like a baseline of things that we're watching. so we can start testing on top of that and see how, like, what those markers are doing, how they're changing, and whether it's a fluke that certain things are testing high, or whether there's something going on that's causing those numbers to increase. So hopefully starting to get some answers, and that's exciting.
Yeah.
Other than that, I've just been trying to knit my life away and
Hunkering down for the winter.
Hunkering down for the winter.
Definitely winter now.
Yeah, yeah. It was like the coldest day so far. It was like 25 degrees yesterday, and our furnace went out. We have an issue with water getting into our fuel tank. We have an outside tank, so we've had this issue in the past, and of course we don't really think about it until the furnace shuts down and you're freezing to death. So, oh darn, I had to dye yarn yesterday to keep my hands warm. That was rough.
Shucky darns.
I know. So I've been dyeing up our Advent kit. Julie and I swap Advents during the Advent season. I didn't get a purchased Advent this year, so I'm looking forward to what Julie is curating for me, and I'm having so much fun curating Julie's. So yeah, that's been life in general for us. We also had Rhinebeck in October that we went to. We wrapped up the yarn cruise, which I'll put a link up here to that playlist. And then we didn't do a separate playlist for Rhinebeck because we took the grandbabies, and that kept us really busy. A lot of the photos and videos are of the granddaughters.
Yeah.
So, but we will put a little montage in when we talk about Rhinebeck. Well, I guess we're talking about it, so let's just go with that. Let's talk about Rhinebeck. So this is a little video montage, just some of the sights and sounds and things that we got captured while we were in Rhinebeck. So I hope you enjoyed it. What did you get?
I got a dog!
What'd you get, Kinsley? Look at the duckies! Turkey. Is it yummy?
I got the
Same thing.
I
Shocking.
got cheese.
No cheese for you, Dylan, right? Right. Give them a cheer, guys. Clap for them. Yay! Yay! Clap for them. So pretty. Ladies, are we having fun?
Yes! Ice cream! Ice cream! Ice cream!
See that big bridge?
Yeah,
We're going across that big bridge, right?
yeah.
Do you know what's on the other side of that big bridge?
No.
Maine.
Whoop, whoop. No!
That means we're almost home. Look, welcome to
And we
Maine.
are
In Maine. Yeah. So that was our Rhinebeck experience. I hope you enjoyed the video. We will share our Rhinebeck haul during this video, so if you're into that kind of thing, check the timestamp below and look for the stash enhancements portion of the video, and that's where all of our goodies will be. So that is life in general, and pretty much events too we just went through.
Yeah.
We don't have any events coming up really.
No.
No. You went to Springfield, didn't you?
No, I did not. I had
You did
planned
not.
to, but I was quite overloaded.
Yeah.
From Rhinebeck, and it was like the weekend right after Rhinebeck.
Yeah.
I just wasn't.
It was just,
Up
it was
for
too
it, yeah.
much.
Yeah.
It was for me too. I really wanted to go with you. But yeah, it was just,
Yeah.
so much. Because we had just wrapped up the yarn cruise, like the Monday before we left
For Rhinebeck.
for Rhinebeck.
Yeah.
And then we had Rhinebeck, and then it just was,
It was too much.
yeah.
And we thought maybe what we would do next year is Rhinebeck on our own, kind of every other year, maybe with the grandkids.
Yeah, yeah.
So next year, Rhinebeck should be a little bit calmer, and maybe we'll be more
Yeah.
into Springfield then.
It'll be more, our Rhinebeck experience will be more, the adult experience, the yarn lover, the fiber enthusiast,
Yep.
experience. Yeah.
Because we have a lot more patience for standing in line or
Yes.
wandering around than 6 and 7-year-olds do.
Yes. And I was just constantly, where's Dylan? Where's Dylan? Where's
Uh-huh.
Dylan? Like,
Yep.
yeah. I'm definitely a helicopter nana. So that's events. Next is FOs. How many FOs do you have, Julie?
Well, I have Kinsley Sweater, which Kinsley has. She wore that to Rhinebeck, so we'll have a picture of her in her sweater here. Trying to think if there were any other FOs.
So what did you knit Kinsley's sweater out of? Go ahead and we'll
It
talk
was
about that FO.
Universal yarns that we got at Rosemary's in Skowhegan?
No, Rosemary's is Wyndham?
Yes, I believe it is
Yeah.
Wyndham. Yeah, so it was Universal Yarns. Cannot remember what the name of it was.
I don't remember.
But it was a
either.
bulky, I think, bulky weight
bulky, chunky,
yarn.
something like that, yeah.
Yep. All acrylic so that it's easy for mom and everything. Very, very easy to work with.
Yeah.
The pattern I used, I can't remember what it was called, like
I don't remember what it
tees
was.
or something. I think it was on the Universal Yarns. I think it was a Universal Yarns pattern.
Oh, yeah.
I'll try to put a link. Put a link in for it.
All of the stuff about our projects
Yeah.
will be down below.
Yep. The only drawback to the pattern that I used is that it's one size only. So it just so happened that she was the size that pattern was saying. But it's short sleeve, so I did modify and make it long sleeve. It's a rather cropped sweater, but I put the long sleeves on, and I didn't want the sleeves to be too big and wide and everything, so I did do decreases. That sweater just fits her. It will get her through this winter, and that's it.
Yeah.
But very easy pattern, very cute pattern, just a little bit of detail like up in the yoke area.
Would it be easily modified? Like if you wanted to make it bigger, if you wanted to make it... I know you
could
added
make it
the sleeves.
longer.
You could make it longer, but as far as big around, was it...
I think you could. I can't remember what the little detail stitch pattern thing was, but you could figure out what that repeat was. And
Yeah.
You could certainly increase it, change it if you
It
wanted
went
to.
quick too, didn't it?
It went very quick.
Yeah.
Very quick, yeah. Of course, with bulky yarn, it's going to go quick anyway, but it was just a very straightforward pattern.
Yeah.
And very easy to do. And I think it was, I think it was free because I found another pattern first, but you could not, that was only in a magazine or print publication kind of thing.
It was out of publication.
And it was out of print. I searched and searched and searched. All I could find was this place that you supposedly could get digital magazines. So I subscribed to that. I bought that digital edition, and it wasn't the full pattern in that edition.
Oh,
So I was not too pleased. I think I paid $8 for that digital edition, and the full pattern was not in that magazine for some reason.
That's a bummer. Yeah. That's a bummer.
So I ended up going
And
with
how do
this
you
one.
know until you actually buy it and look at it,
Exactly.
right?
They had no errata or notification that there was a mistake in that edition or anything.
Oh. I also made Dylan a Rhinebeck sweater, and this is hers. And it was out of the same Universal yarn, and it has a little hood. It was a super simple pattern. I did a slight modification on the hood. I actually, I'm trying to think. I decreased or increased for the hood. No, I decreased when I added the hood on because it was going to be so big for her little head. So I did make a small modification. The hood wasn't quite as deep as I expected. I probably decreased too far, but it's perfect for her. It comes right, right here. It doesn't like cover her whole face. It just comes right to here. I took the sweater and Dylan to Heavenly Yarns, and she picked out the little buttons. And yeah, we had such a good time. It is a little bit big on her. I knit the size 6, and it is a little bit large on her. I think she might actually get 2 seasons out of it,
Nice.
which will be nice.
And this yarn does this.
Yes, the
On its own.
striping happens all on its own.
Yep.
And this is constructed from the neck down, and then you add the sleeves, but the sleeves everything is back and forth. There's no around. You back and forth the sleeves,
Oh,
and then you sew the seam up. And Then you add the hood on, and I can't remember. Yeah, you seam the top. The very top here is a Kitchenered top. But it was super simple, super easy to do. She loves it. It's so cozy. I did it in like 4 days.
Yeah.
It was so quick. And then she liked it so much, and Lincoln liked it so much that I made him one as well. His is inside out because he's a boy, and that's what happens when boys rip their clothes off and stick it on the coat rack. But this is his. And I made his one size bigger. I think I made him an 8. No, I made his the same size, but I made the sleeves longer. He tried on his sister's, and it fit perfectly, but the sleeves were quite short. He wanted longer sleeves, so I just lengthened the sleeves. I added, I don't know how many rounds, but I just added so many inches. I think I had to add like 2 inches. And then I did not do the same reduction on his hood, so his hood is a little bit bigger, and he just loves it. I took him to Helen's as well, and he picked out his little buttons, which are super cute. Yeah, so those hang on by the front door of Nana's house, because Nana's house is always cold. Mom keeps her house at like 75 degrees. It's a tropical summer in her house all the time. Nana doesn't do that. So they always have sweaters here to hang on to. Yep. That was it for the Rhinebeck sweaters. Oh, except for my tessellated. You made the tessellated. Talk about yours.
I think I did the last time we did too, but
you were going to work on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I did mine out of a mystery yarn that I love, but I have no idea what it is. I think I purchased it off of Ravelry when someone was having a D-stash, and I had no labels. I don't know what it is. Wonderful yarn. Loved it. That was my main color. And for the, I call them blips, I used Shoppa Wool Edition 3. And I used, I don't know if it was a full 2 skeins. I think it was not quite 2 skeins. And yeah, it turned out just great. I love it. So.
And what did you use for the mohair?
Oh, I used a. Did I use mohair? No, I used a Surrey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think we both did.
And it was just a neutral undyed Surrey.
Yeah. I did the tessellated vest as well, and this is mine. I think I've talked about this. I don't know if I think I wore it on one of the main Yarn Cruise videos, but I didn't talk about it. I've talked about the yarn.
I think I've worn mine on one of the Yarn Cruise ones.
I think you did too, yeah. So the white, the main color, is an undyed Briggs & Little Sport, single spun. And the gray is the Mohairy Bits, and they are actually a Surrey alpaca as well. I forget who the maker is, but it'll be in the project page. I'll link. But it's a Surrey alpaca, so it is super, super soft, which offsets kind of the rusticness of the Briggs & Little, which I don't mind. Some people might find it a little too rustic, but I love it. And then the colory bits are a hand spun that I spun during Tour de Fleece, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
This one, actually, the top color, I've been working on for like 2 years. And I finally spun its cousins. So this was Cheviot wool from Paradise Fibers. And I dyed it myself and then spun it fractal style. So this section was spun to be like Ravenclaw House. Yes, Ravenclaw. So it's inspired by Ravenclaw. And then this is Slytherin inspired. This section is Hufflepuff inspired. And then this section is Gryffindor inspired. So it's my Harry Potter vest. And I love it. It is so fun.
They are so comfy.
And
they're so fun to knit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it really
Mosaic
didn't take...
knitting, so it's easy.
It didn't take much time at all.
No.
It was like by the time I was getting to the end of a color, I was like, this is kind of getting boring. Oh, time to change.
Yeah.
Oh, time to decrease. I made mine a little bit longer before I started the decreases because I'm long of torso. So, but her pattern is very easy to follow, and she explains how to, you basically just knit until you reach, you know, the length that you want, and yeah, it was an easy modification.
Yep.
Any more FOs for you, Jules? Oh, yes.
My Dairy Rush
Dairy
shawl.
Rush is done, and it's so pretty.
Oh, I love it. It turned out better than I thought it was going to.
Can I feel it?
Yeah.
Ooh, the yarn is so nice.
This is cloud spun yarn, which you can't get anymore. This
Cloudborne?
is Cloudborne.
Cloudborne?
Yeah, Cloudborne fibers. Back when Craftsy was selling Cloudborne fibers.
Yes.
And very, very soft, nice yarn. It was a little splitty though. It really was a little splitty.
Yeah, I did a sweater for Kayla in this, and I found the same thing.
Yep. But it just, it blocked out so soft, so nice. Yeah, it was really, really nice to work with.
It felt like a dream, so don't wash it.
Yeah.
Ask me how I know.
This is by Iranine Designs.
Yes.
It was the Main Yarn Cruise 21? Or was it 20? It was either 20 or 21, I think. Her designs, her shawl designs, always have this little curly cue that it does. And it's so cool because it's basically a crescent shawl, but it's a real...
Yes, because when you block
swoopy,
it, the wings almost come up and
around,
touch.
Yeah, that you can see how swirly this is here.
Yeah.
When I blocked it, it swirls right around and
Yeah.
almost touches itself. So,
oh, look, it's a hot. We love you. Sorry.
So when you wear it, it does kind of a little spirally thing. It's really kind of cool.
I love that. Her this is Dairy Rush.
Yeah.
Her the very first one, Philomena did that, which I loved. There was another one that this year's did the same thing.
Yeah, I don't remember what
and
this
I
one was
actually
called.
that's one of my FOs, but that I don't have. I made it for Mom. But yeah, I love the spirally bits.
Yep.
Yep.
And it's very easy to wear. I mean, I tend to always... If I get chilly, I'll take the shawl off and turn it around to get more around my neck. But usually by the time I wrap it around my neck's plenty warm anyway.
Yeah.
And I just like having more of the pattern show in the front.
Yeah. I'll usually, when I'm at my desk at work, I'll
turn it around.
toss it around on my back.
Yep. I just throw it around and
zhuzh it,
zhuzh it
and
a
you're
little
done.
bit. Yeah.
So the one from this year's yarn cruise from Earning Designs was Lofria.
Oh.
The Lofria shawl. I will put a picture of it here. I made it for Mom. I made it out of Ericonia Huasco
Yeah.
cotton. And this was the cotton that I tried to make Lincoln a sweater out of. And yeah, it was a mess. So I ripped it all out, and it was meant to be this this shawl.
Yeah, it worked
and
out really good.
I added beads to the shawl. I added four green beans. Good grief, we're not making meatloaf.
It's a vegan shawl.
Oh, Lord. I added 4 green beads to represent her daughters, 2 silver-lined crystal beads for her sons, and there's 1 blue bead for the child that we never got to meet in this world. Yeah. So it's got all of her little kids on the end of the shawl, and she loved it. She cried.
Of course.
I love it.
That was the whole
I
purpose.
like making her cry. Not a good way. So yeah, that's another of my FOs I don't have. Any more FOs for you?
I was trying to think if there was. And if there was, I can't remember.
Okay. I have
Take a quick peek. I've been
9
doing better about putting stuff in
9
Ravelry.
more? 6 more.
Oh my
think I have 6
goodness. You go, girl.
I don't think I showed these. If I did, I've talked about them enough, so this is just going to be a quick flash and go. I finally finished my Plain Jane candy cane socks. This is a yarn. This was Yorkshire
West
Spinners.
Yorkshire.
West Yorkshire Spinners.
Yep.
I can't remember the colorway, but it'll be in the notes.
Was it Robin? Something Robin?
I don't know. It's a Christmassy. I mean, it's
Yeah.
candy cane stripes.
Yeah.
It was when I was in hospital, and I had finished a sweater, and rather than have him come home and try to find a project in the origami room, he would have gotten lost, and it would have taken, Jimmy Hoffa would have come up before he did. So I sent him to the yarn store, and I sent him for a specific Christmassy yarn from West Yorkshire Spinners. It was a yarn that was more like burgundy and a forest green color, and they didn't have it. And so Helen suggested this for him, and it is super duper cute.
It's very Christmassy.
Very Christmassy. Yep. They have been worn. They've got a little wear in them already. I couldn't wait. So yeah. So those are done. And then I have another sock that is also worn because it's also been worn. Yes, that's the word, right? This was the first sock of the Handmade Sock Society, and the only one that I finished because I'm ridiculous. This is made from a Cascade yarn, I believe. I can't remember the name of the pattern. Shadow something. It'll be in the notes. But it's by Helen Stewart, and it was super fun to make. I did make a shorty version. I didn't make the top quite as long. I don't have many shorty socks, so yeah. And it's super comfy, and it's got all the holes. It'll be a great summery sock to wear with your Birkenstocks. So that's that one. And then I made, I think I talked about this a while ago, but I'm not sure if I did or not. But I made a towel for the camper. And this is a really nice pattern. It was from Knit Picks, I believe. I still haven't woven in my ends. But it's just a little bit different than, your standard basket weave or your
seed stitch or something like that. Yeah.
It's just a little different. You kind of knit two and then pull, pass one and then knit two and pass the stitch over. So yeah, it makes a nice little towel for the camper. And I will definitely be making more of those because it's fun. That is also Knit Picks yarn. They're dishy. It's fun, and I love the cotton towels. Love them. Next, I'll have to be quiet and watch the window. This is one of Mike's Christmas presents. And this was made from Barocco. The white is a Barocco that I got super cheap at Shirley's, thank you. And the black, I think, is Barocco as well. I'm not sure, but it'll be in the notes. But it's a Sasquatch hat. It is so cute. My husband's obsessed with Sasquatch. He named his boat Squatch. He's ridiculous. But anyway, so he's got a Sasquatch hat now. I made him a beer mug one and a Sasquatch. Now I just need to find a cigar hat.
Yeah.
And,
there you go.
He'll have all three hats for all three occasions. And then this is the Lemi Cowl. And it turned out so good. I think I mucked up one of the cable rows. It's going the wrong way, but what did they say about a running horse?
Yeah.
It's got these little beads on the top. And this is hand spun camel hair.
Yeah, it's like a cloud.
It's so light and so dreamy soft. And I can't wear it.
What?
It's so warm.
Oh.
It is so warm.
It's like my Sophie cowl, the Angora. Oh
I
my
sweat.
Gosh, it's so warm.
Yes. I will wear it when it's like 90 below. I'll put it with, because it's not a very big cowl.
So if it's snug.
Yep. So this is how I kind of prefer my cowls anyway. So
Close.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're nice and nice and close to your
Yep.
to your throat.
Yep.
Yeah, I love it.
Mm.
I absolutely love it. I don't remember the designer's name because I knit it so long ago, but it will be in the notes. And then knit vent happened.
Mm-hmm.
So the first window I'm still knitting on. This one was the second window. This is the Turkish Delight shawl. So those little squares are supposed to be like the Turkish Delight.
That's cool.
And it is knit with, the pink is, I think it's like a yak yarn from Paula.
Mm.
She gave me it to try, and I was going to do socks with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up not doing socks because it's a little too, I don't think it would
It's
hold
very
up.
soft. If it was the yakety yak, I don't think it would hold up for socks.
It was when she first was bringing that out, and she
Mhm.
wanted me to test it a little bit for her. So yeah, it's a really fun pattern. You've got the lacy bits and then all these garter bits in between, and yeah. The white yarn is, it was a, so this is two fingerings held double. You could do it with just a DK, but her version is a fingering weight and a mohair.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's another sample that was made with just DK, all one color. And I wanted to see what a marled look would look like. So I did the pink, and then the other like whitish is one from Paula. Not Paula.
Robin.
A Yarn to Die For Designs. I don't remember the colorway, but I did run out. You can kind of see here. I ran out and I had to sub in a little hand spun, which was a little heavier, so it kind of has a different look to it. And then I ran out of the pink on the bind off. So I just bound off with the one.
Yep.
It's fine. But it is super soft and squishy, and it's so fun.
Pretty design.
Yeah. I love Helen Stewart's
Yes.
patterns, her designs.
Yep.
And her knit vent always has like a theme throughout, and this one
Yeah.
has been like candies or desserts
Yeah.
or whatever. So yeah, that was that one. I am probably not going to get any more done. I've got that. I have this finished one, and then I have the trifle wrap as a whip, and that's probably all I'm going to get done. This is the Marsa Pan Mouse Hat. Oops. Marsa Pan Mouse Hat. And this yarn is a Yarnable. And I can't remember the colorway. I can't remember it. It was from one of the Yarnable boxes. I knit it in a small. Small was supposed to be child size. But it does fit me. So I might be keeping it for myself. It's got the little ear flaps.
I love the ear
and
flaps,
the little ear
yeah.
flaps. And it's super cozy and cute. My gauge, I think, is a little big. You can see it's kind of a loose, a little loose knit. So my gauge is probably a little off.
But it's a pretty spring color, so it would be a good
Yeah.
transition hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the Marsa Pan Mouse Hat. So that's all my whips.
No,
FOs. FOs. Whips. That's what we're going to talk about next, is whips. Works in progress. So what are you working on, Julie?
I really only have 2 active
God
whips.
bless you.
I think I have 5 that are languishing whips. I have my temperature blanket. I have, I think, 2 socks. I have the Ziggy shawl. And maybe one other. I can't remember. But I do have a lot of progress on one of my whips. So this is not Cozy Memories. What was this one? Was it? It wasn't Cozy Memories, because that's the one that Crazy Sock Lady's doing. Cozy Comfort?
Cozy Comfort. Yeah.
I think it's Cozy Comfort. And of course I'm in the middle of a row. Oh, what a ninny. No, I'm not. No. Yes, I am. Or near the end of a row. But anyway, This is my Cozy Comfort. I'm doing this with an Advent Robin, Yarn to Die For Designs, who is now retired.
Congratulations.
Yes. This
We're
was
jealous.
her 2022.
2022. Yeah,
Her
this was
last year's Advent, which was a Polar Express theme Advent. You use 5 100-gram skeins of like a main color, and I just used different ones that were mostly
lightly
colored,
speckled, right?
yeah, and then either lightly speckled or real pale colors. So 5 of those skeins plus your 24 minis, and the marker is right there. That's where I was the last time I showed it. So I've made
You have
a
made
lot
some
of progress. And I think I'm down to 5.
I was going to say, you look like you're very close. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah.
4
Ooh.
left actually. Yeah. So it's almost done, and I want to get it done by Friday.
Woo!
Because I did get a Legacy Fiber Arts Advent this year. I have never gotten one of theirs and always wanted to try it. So that calendar, I want to make another one of these.
I've not decided yet what I want to make for my Advent knit, but this is really, really up in the running.
Squishy, and it's just the only thing I am undecided on is it has no edging at all.
Mm-hmm.
It's loosely based on the Cozy Comfort blanket by, is it Homespun House? I think it's a Homespun House. Or, yeah, it'll be below. It's loosely based on there, just really to get the number of stitches to cast on and the basic idea.
Mm-hmm.
Because I decided I wanted to fully use up every single mini. So I am not making my stripes X number of whatever.
Just until
I'm
it's
just
over.
knitting until that mini is gone and starting up with the new mini so
Yeah.
that all the minis will be used in this one blanket.
So how big do you think, I mean, this looks like it's going to be a nice, like a big lap blanket.
It will be, I mean, as I'm knitting on it now, it will go from, I think I had it when I was knitting on it, it goes from my ankles
clear
and
it'll
up to my
stretch.
waist. And so if I've got 4 more stripes to
yeah.
go, you know, it's going to go to my...
And then this is folded in half and it's covering your body.
It's
So
covering
it's going to be, yeah, wow.
It's going to be a good size
I was
blanket.
thinking, I have, you'll see in enhancements, I have a lot of plain white DK.
Mm-hmm.
And I might hold the Advent with the DK, whether
Ooh.
it's fingering or DK. Either way, it would
Mhm.
look nice just with the white.
Right.
And do that. And then I'd have a very big blanket
Yes,
because
it would
the
be.
DK would make it a little bit thicker.
Yes.
Ideas.
Yep. This has just been, I was afraid because it was so plain that maybe I wouldn't like it, but the way that that other one that you hold it with, like this mini was in your face.
Yeah,
And the other yarn really
that's tickets, please.
yes, kind of tones it down and makes, even though the colors maybe
They transition really nicely.
yeah, and
Yeah.
some of those minis that you think might not go together because they're with that other yarn, it just makes it all work.
Yep. I love it.
And I had not had
It's
a blanket.
so
Oh, it's
squishy.
so squish.
Her yarn is so squishy.
It is. Yeah.
I'm so jealous and so happy for her to be retired, but I'm so
Mhm.
bummed that we're not going to get her yarn anymore.
Yeah, because I like to.
I might have to put a bug in her ear and find out what she uses for a base.
Yeah. It's like all of those knit vents last year that I used the Daisy Stitch Co. Advent. I love her base too.
Her
Love
base makes such a nice stitch definition.
Yes. Yeah.
Beautiful definition with hers. Yeah. My biggest whip right now, I guess I'll go with my oldest whip. My oldest whip right now is my pillow. And it's finished, except I need to find an insert. I think I'm gonna have to custom make an insert, like some muslin, and just sew up a little thing and stuff it. But it is a pillow that I made with lonk fiber. So this was a breed study that I'm doing through Maine Fiber Workshop, and I spun out of 8 ounces of yarn, I spun 4 skeins. One was plain white, it's this plain color here, and then I dyed the rest a brown, a yellow, and this burgundy color. So that is the actual hand spun lonk. And then I did the back is just with Briggs & Little Regal undyed or bleached white. No, not bleached, washed white.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure I'd have enough. The pattern calls for doing the entire pillow like this, so you'd have a back the same. And I wasn't entirely sure I'd have enough, so I switched to the Briggs & Little. I don't think I would have had enough to make it I don't think I would have had enough to make it the entire length of the back. I probably could have made it a little bigger, but then I would have had an oblong pillow. And I really wanted a square, so I stopped. So I do have some leftovers of that, which I don't know what I'll do with. Who knows? It's very, very dense.
Yeah.
The lonk fiber is not really a close to skin fiber.
It's rustic.
It's very rustic, and it's very sturdy, so it's good for rugs, pillows, things that are going to get, socks would be great socks.
Yeah.
Things that are going to get a lot of wear and tear. So I love my little pillow. I can't wait to find to get a stuffer made.
Do you know what size it is?
I have no idea. No idea. I haven't blocked it yet. Probably should block before I go about making a form.
Yeah.
But
and you'd be surprised if it looks like it might be around like a 14 or
I might
16.
be able to get a regular pillow form.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Because
I think
I know I've got other pillows that I've, like this one. I think this is like a 14 and I put like a 16 in it.
Yep.
Because that way it makes it good and firm. You're not going to with a flat pillow. You know, I mean, it's still flattened because it gets a lot of use, but it's nice.
Yeah.
Nice and firm.
Yep.
So
you
I
don't
might
lose your
just
corners and everything with using a little bit bigger.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So I think I maybe just will try. I'll measure it. I'll block it and measure it.
Yep.
But that's got to get done. That's just been languishing since
It's been around a little while.
September. No, August. August was the first
right?
month. Yeah, that was the first month. Was that the lonk fiber? So that's a whip, and then the next whip I have is a hunter hat. So this was a ribbed hat that I have made 3 times and ripped out because it just is so big. It ends up being like a pocketbook instead of a hat, like a tote bag. It's so huge. And the kids were over the last week of hunting season, and they wanted to go outside and play, and we didn't have any orange for them to wear. So I ripped the hat out, and I'm making some smaller hats for the kids. I think I can get 2 hats out of it, but I did get another skein of this. This is Bartlett. So I do have another skein if I need to tap into it for the second hat, but I'm just going to make them some hunter's hats so they can play outside at Nana's during hunting season. So the last whip I have, I think. Yes, this is the last whip. I only have 2 actual things on the needles. I have no socks. I have to do socks. This is the Trifle Wrap by Helen Stewart. This was the first window of Knit Vent. It's probably the only one I'm going to get done. And it will likely be put on hold come December and be done the new year. But it's so pretty.
It is beautiful.
It is made with fingering weight yarn and
so pretty.
mohair.
Detail.
So it's just garter with a few lace, like open yarn over places,
It's coming across
and
good on there.
and a
Chevron.
it's like a chevron stitch. It's so
You have got to
fun.
see this. I don't know if you'll see the halo, but it is. Look
Yeah.
at that. Look at that.
Yeah.
It is so.
I can't wear black when I'm knitting this.
I know. And it's just.
Oh, it's so soft and so cozy. And now that it's actually cold, I throw this over my legs to knit it, and it is so cozy and warm.
Yep.
I love it. The pattern says it's going to be 24 inches across and 76 inches long. So that's well over 6 feet. And it's a wrap. So it's going to hang to my knees or better, probably my ankles. But I don't care. I love it.
And what's the yarn in it?
The yarn, the colors are just my magic knot balls.
Oh, okay.
A bunch of minis that I skeined into magic knot balls. The one thing I am doing is each time it says to change colors, I will change to a different ball. Because I was using just one ball down here, and you can see you can't really see the color changes very well. And I really want it because it's the inspiration for it is a
layered
trifle
dessert.
dish,
Yeah.
right? So I wanted to see the layers a little bit more. So I started changing up. If I have like a lighter part here, I'll change to something that the next color is a darker color.
Yeah.
But I'm running out of purples and pinks, so there's a little red starting here, and I'm probably going to go into a little bit of red. And, we'll just see what happens.
Yeah.
It's super easy memorize. Like, I don't even have to look at the pattern anymore. But I do check off. She's got that checklist style. It ends up being like a 29-page pattern because she's got the checklist thing. But I love it because you don't get lost and you don't have to go back and count your garter ridge rows to find out where you're going to put in your yarn over or change a color.
I love that she puts the stitch count at the end of every row.
Yes.
That way you know where you're supposed to be at the end of every row.
Yep. And I always put the stitch markers in between the repeats because I always end up a stitch off. And then laddering back, a chevron.
And mohair.
Oh, not fun.
No.
But the pattern itself is amazing. It is so much fun. I'm having a blast with it. And that is all my actual on the needles whips.
I have one other whip on the needles. And it's socks.
Sockies. Socks. Oh, these are so cute too.
And it's my own pattern.
Her own pattern.
Yeah.
Which she's going to write up and get on Ravelry before we're dead. We'll just, no deadlines here. Well, that's the deadline.
So I'm calling it snow-capped stripes.
It's so appropriate and so cute.
It's just, it's just a stripy sock. I got a mini skein set from Daisy Stitch Co. There's her logo. And it's her candy cane mini set. It's a set of 5 20-gram minis. So 100 grams. Perfect for socks. And I'm just using the minis. There was the white, 2 greens, 2 pinks, so I'm just alternating them. And the snow cap is just, I don't know if you can see. Yeah, there you go. The snow cap that I'm calling it is just a little bit of a ridge, a little bit of a texture. And what I'm doing is continuing the texture on the top of the foot, but not on the bottom of the foot.
Just doing
stockinette on the bottom of the foot. Yep, and it's just a heel flap and gusset. I did do the 2x2 rib on the whole leg to make it a nice stretchy snug leg. And then, just continue the stripe pattern down. I think I was going to do white for heels, toes, and cuffs, but I'm going to be cutting it close with the white for the second sock here. So I think I am going to end up with probably just doing my stripes, even right through the toe. And that way I will hopefully have enough white.
Yeah, I think I like that. I like just the toe goes all the way down.
Yep, with the stripes.
Yep.
And if I do happen to run out of the white, I do have an undyed fingering, so I can always sub that one in.
Cute.
Yeah. I loved that mini skein set, and I went, you know what? That just looks like...
It's festive in a not, like, it's Christmassy in a not, like, overtly Christmassy.
Right.
It's not like red and green. It's like that mauvey kind of dusty rosy pink.
Because it is. It's like a deep rose and then the pink. She's got the cutest names for all the colors. It was Santa's Suit, so that's the reddish pink. Pink Peppermint, that's pretty self-explanatory. Snow. Minty Fresh, it reminds me of like toothpaste, and that's what that color reminds me of, toothpaste. And then Wintergreen for the dark green.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I said, I love her base. I don't know what she uses, but it's a higher twist. I like a high twist yarn. It it holds up good with that high twist, and it's soft. It's just a really nice base. So since Robin is retired,
that's a theme you're going to hear a lot of.
Daisy Stitch Co. is now my backup.
Very happy for her.
Yes, absolutely.
Bummed for us.
Yep.
All right. So on upcoming knits. What have you had for upcoming knits, Julie?
What do I have on my queue? Oh, the I think it's A Place of Peace, I think is what it's called, by Hohi. Let me go to my queue. Yes, so next in my queue, why does it want, I don't need to translate, go away. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. It's a beautiful shawl.
Ooh, that is
I really
pretty.
love that. And yes,
I like the tied little tassels.
there is a ton of little tassels, but they're little tassels, like maybe 4 strands of yarn. And it's just a little bit of interest in what would just be a plain
just ends
shawl.
that you don't have to weave in.
Exactly. She showed it on one of her episodes, and she hadn't named it yet. She wasn't putting the pattern out yet or anything. And I just kept watching and wondering, what's she going to call it? How am I going to know when it comes out? And it finally came out. And I love it. I love it. So it is done with mohair and a fingering. You've got the one place here. This is just mohair, and then this is 2 different fingering colors alternated.
Oh, neat. So the mohair is going to be very light.
Oh yeah, like
you
filmy.
can kind of see
through
it a little bit.
Yeah,
it's going to make it nice and light, but also have some really cozy, warmy bits.
Yeah. So that one will be fun. I've still not decided completely on what I'm making it out of, but and then the other one is, so these are like the 2 immediates. Another Hohi. It's the Elton, I don't know if it's going to focus. I think it is.
Yeah.
The Elton cardigan. I actually do not have a cardigan.
Still.
Well, I have the
spark.
I have the spark, yes. But I don't have a button cardigan.
Right.
So
neither do I.
I was going to make the Sub Pop tee because it's the same idea as this one. It has a mohair and then a fingering, so it's striped. The Sub Pop tee just looked a little bit too see-through for me. The Elton does not look quite so. And Paula from Dun Roving Yarns, I have a very Barbie pink Surrey alpaca that I got from, is it Mustache?
Yes. Same place we got our other Surrey that was in the tessellated.
Yeah. And it's like
Fiber Stash.
Oh, Fiber Stash. That's right. Fiber Stash. Barbie pink Surrey. And I also had a skein of Paula's yarn from back when I had the shop, and I had her yarn in the shop. I bought that skein because I just loved it. It was very pink, very coral. I think it was called Tahitian Sunset. But I didn't have the label anymore, so I didn't know what the composition was. I didn't know what her color name was, so I took it down to her on the yarn cruise and said, "Can you make this? Work your magic, Paula." So she is working on getting me that yarn. So I just want to kind of tone down that Barbie pink of the mohair. I don't want the whole sweater to just scream pink.
Yeah.
I don't mind those stripes being pink, but I want the other to be more toned down and more of the coral look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And with that being a cardigan, even if it is the mohair bits are a little see-through, you're going to have something on underneath anyway. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So those are the two
Very good.
big next upcomings.
I have whatever my advent is going to be. Now I do have one of the Knit Vent. This is a pair of socks from Knit Vent. It won't get done by Knit Vent, but they're shorties. They're called. This is black and white. I'm sorry, but it's called Gingerbread House Sock, and it is really pretty. The main color is a very gingerbread color, and then she's got like it's like a mint green here and a pink here, and then a mint green on this toe and a pink here.
Oh, yeah.
So they're super cute. And I wanted to make them. They're DK, so they're DK and they're shorties, so they would knit up quick.
Yeah.
I wanted to make it out of Laugh S'more Worry Less Plush DK from Yarnable. So that is the color. It's beautiful.
It is.
I love it. And I had some Dancing Pony Sheep Farm as the contrast. And I think that would be really, really pretty.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure I'm going to get to this. And then there is another one here. This is some of my hand spun. I was questioning whether the purple would be better. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Would it be better to do the orangey and purple? Oh, let me see if I can get it to focus a little better. The orangey and purple, or kind of the mustardy and purple, or the orangey and the mustardy. I don't know. I can't decide. But yeah, I think it'll probably be done, but not until next year. But that is definitely one I would like to complete, because they just look like such fun socks.
They remind me a little bit of the one from Knit Vent last year. That design on the leg.
Yes.
Reminds me a little bit of that design.
Yes. I think I did it with like an adventy kind of, with like Christmassy colors from minis that I had last year. So there's that, and then this I pulled out the other night. We were on a video call, and it's my Christmas bag, but it's got a project in it, so I said, I'll pull it down and I'll make it. Like, it'll just be something that I'll make because it's in my Christmas bag. And now I'm regretting it because it's a huge project. This is... This is Expression Fiber Arts Sunset Diamonds.
It's beautiful.
It's so beautiful. And it's a crochet. It's not knit. So my thinking is I'll be able to do that a little faster.
Oh yeah, crochet
goes
faster.
pretty quick, but I haven't crocheted in a long time. Her shawl, the sample shawl, goes from like a cream color to like a deeper cream, and then it goes into like almost a pink and a burgundy here. So I ordered the yarn for this a long time ago. She had a sale because of the shawl, and she had several oopsies, skeins that I wanted to get a hold of. So I think I've shown this before, but this is the alpaca silk lace. So you're holding two lace together. So you're going to do a center pull ball and pull from the inside and the outside. This one is called June Pearl. Oh, it's so pretty.
It's not picking up on the camera. These things glow.
Yeah, they really do. So this is an oopsie, and I think the oopsie on this one is this. There is a little bit right here that's kind of like a peachy color. It's very pale. On the site, it was a little more vibrant, and it has a little bit of oopsie here. It looks like somebody dropped some pink, some blue dye in the pot. But I don't care. And that's why you get such a super discount on their oopsie skeins, is there's something off on it, and that's why. Although I can't find a darn thing wrong with this one. This one is Fool's Gold.
Probably just did not quite match the rest of the skeins for the true
But
colorway.
I think it's beautiful.
It's beautiful, yeah.
So this will be the first color.
It's like
this
a
will be the
rose
second
gold.
color. Yes, it
Yeah.
is. Very rose goldy. And then the third color will be, what's this called? Spiral Staircase. She did not have this in an Oopsie, but it's so pretty. So that'll be the third color. And then this is an Oopsie called Abandoned. And again, I don't really see anything wrong with this skein at all. It's beautiful, like a gray color, and it's got little bits and flecks of brown in it. Just very, very subtle, so it's going to go nicely there. And then the last one is an Oopsie, and it is Ebony. So the Ebony was kind of a black with brownie bits. And you can see it almost comes off a little bit purpley on the camera. It's like a really dark, dark, dark blue. It's not like a true black. It almost looks like maybe their black coloring broke. But it's beautiful. I love it. And it's going to look so nice there. It's
Yeah.
going to pull this black all the way through. I love it. So I don't know when that's going to happen. It's
Oh my gosh.
it's like a kitten's elbow. It's so soft.
It is. Oh, wonderful.
So, yeah, that's going to be so much fun. And I put it, it's in the Christmas bag, but I doubt it'll get done by Christmas. I'll be real. It's probably not going to happen. Unless we get snowed in. Please, Mother Nature. The next upcoming knit also dabbles into spinning. So I'll talk about spinning and this together. So I talked about the fiber study that I did, the pillow. This was the second spin. I don't have a picture of the pattern because all I did was print the charts, but I'll put a picture here. The pattern is called Wedding Peacock, and it is a beautiful lace. It's a circular shawl, and it's breathtaking. It's so unbelievably gorgeous. And I spun Teeswater, 2-ply, lace weight. Look at that. It's got a little halo to it.
And a glow.
It's shiny. It's gorgeously colored. It's not true white like the pattern sample is, but this off-white I think is going to make it like that antique-y look.
Yeah, it's like an ivory.
Yeah, and look at the drape.
Yeah.
I mean, this is an 8-ounce skein, so I get 2 4-ounce braids, and I just spun one on one bobbin and spun the other on the other bobbin. So it came out, it's actually a little under 4 ounces because I take a little bit of the fiber and put it aside, and I do sampling and whatnot. So it's 214 grams. Came out to 5,281 meters, 5,775 yards.
Wow.
And I think this shawl takes like 4,000 some odd yards.
Oh, so you got plenty.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I love it. I said during my my breed study video, second only to my children, this is the thing I'm most proud I've ever made. It's so stinking pretty.
That and your shawl that was hand
silk.
spun lace silk with your own dyeing. Yeah.
I like to make stuff. So other spinning news. I'm working on my October. I've got November. November's almost over, and I'm still working on the October box. The October box is Cormo. The November box was Zwarbles.
Yep.
And it's a beautiful, deep, like chocolatey brown.
Yeah.
It smells like sheep.
Yeah.
I'm dying to get that on the wheel.
I call that John Arbin sheep because that's from where they are.
Yes. When you spin that really sheepy wool, it like projects the smell through the room, and I love it. So yeah, I don't even have half of one braid of the Cormo done.
Wow.
Yeah. So I've now moved my spinner, my e-spinner, out into the living room to sit by my rocking chair and
do a sum on it every night.
Yeah. Because when it's down here, it tends to get forgotten. So, yeah. So now, the moment you've all been waiting for. Stash acquisitions, stash enhancements. So, shall we start with the Rhinebeck stash enhancements?
Sure.
How many enhancements do you have, Ju? Well, let's talk about the meetups.
Oh, the meetups, yeah.
So we met. Well, we went to the knit along meetup with Andrea Mowry with the Tesselateds. Mm-hmm. So we got to meet her, and that was holy shite.
It was a true ocean of tessellated.
Yes, and oh my goodness,
the whole hill.
The whole hill was standing in line to meet Andrea. I swear.
Yeah.
It was. Much. I don't remember. I don't even know. I don't even think. I didn't keep track, but I don't even know how long we stood in line. And then there was quite a wait after we went through our line because we had to wait for the rest of the line before the photo was taken. And I was this close to calling it quits and saying I'm not going to be part of the photo because I was hurting just standing there on that hill. It was cold. It was wet, and my body was just about ready to shut down. But we made it through. We persevered. Yeah, it was fun. Yep. She's so sweet. She's so nice. And I know she tries to get through people quickly. So, it was hard not to linger and chat with her.
She's just so personable. Yeah. It's like,
I would love to get in a knitting group with her and just be able to sit and chat with her, and not have to worry about the whole.
Almost makes me wish I lived in Portland.
I know.
For Port Fiber.
Maybe outside of
Andrea
Portland.
Goes to Port Fiber.
Yeah. So maybe
might
outside of Portland, not in Portland.
True.
I'm not a city girl.
I would, if it was a 30-minute drive to go to Port Fiber, spin-ins and stuff like that, but it's like 2 hours from here.
Yeah. Can't do it.
No.
I don't know, maybe once we retire, maybe this summer, I'll just take the camper down and stay there during the good weather.
Find us a campground near Portland.
Yep. So we met up with Andrea, and then we also we were coming the next day, on the hill. Back up. On the hill.
Another very much a highlight for me.
Yes, we fangirled a little bit, and we grabbed Kelly and Noelle from Knit Chat Cafe. Julie goes on religiously every Tuesday. I join every once in a while. It's really hard for me to get on in the evening like that, but I do join occasionally, and I do enjoy their chatter. And is there anything Noelle can't knit in a day? She is crazy. Yeah. She's so much knitting she does.
Yeah. Lots of test knitting too, sample knitting for Little Red Mitten.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy amount of knit that woman produces. But they were super sweet. I did not realize how little teeny tiny Noelle is.
She's a peanut.
She's so cute. You just want to pick her up and put her in your pocket. She's stinking adorable. And Kelly, I didn't realize how tall she was. She's like almost as tall as I am. I think she was as tall as I am. And
just beautiful.
They're very sweet.
Inside and out.
It was their
beautiful
first
ladies.
Their first Rhinebeck, and if they didn't have the deer in the headlight looks, Kelly was like, she looked like she was about ready to come out of her skin.
It is the first year we went.
Oh yeah,
it's very overwhelming.
Super
you have
overwhelming.
No idea, no concept, and so that first year you go, you're really like, oh, wow,
what have I gotten myself into? Yeah. But they were super sweet, super gracious. Had their picture taken with us, and they had little goodie bags for
goodies for us. And Noelle had cookies for the girls. She
gave
them
cookies to our granddaughters. It was so sweet.
It was.
So here's their information about their Knit Chat Cafe.
Yeah, if you can join Tuesday evenings, it is a blast.
so
it's
much
generally
fun.
an hour, sometimes an hour and a half, and there's a live chat. It's a live
Yep.
stream, and you can chat live with them.
Yeah, so it's also nice, like you get to meet other people and you kind of meet in the chat and talk.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's really really fun.
I think oh gosh, trying to remember her name. Oh, isn't that awful? She subscribes to us. Remember I told you she was on Knit Chat?
I don't remember what you're talking about.
Lori? Is it Lori? Anyway, I have met a couple of folks from Maine on there. That are on there almost every week as well.
Oh, nice.
Haven't met them in person.
Julie is extremely active in the chat. I'm like, hi, bye, and that's about the extent of my contribution. Every once in a while I'll put in a beautiful. I love that, Nicole, or Noelle. Why do I keep calling her Nicole? But yeah, she's very active and she's a chatty Cathy. Not so much. I usually am watching on the television, so I might not always. I'll have my phone, so if I want to say something, I'll throw in a chat. But usually I'm watching out in the living room. And so also in their little bag of goodies, they had some little cards, and it's got their info on the back. And they're all like knit inspired. They're so cute. This is Ms. Arena Loves Company.
And these are designed by Noelle's daughter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Super talented.
I think Noelle came up with the sayings and her daughter did the graphics.
They're so cute. Have a great weekender. Just a couple of hipsters. And sending you a little love note.
So cute.
They're so adorable. And all of them, they have envelopes to go with. So they're just so cute. I don't know if I can use them.
They have been getting a lot of feedback that people want them to sell them.
Yes. I would buy a set.
Incentive. They do a fair amount of giveaways on their Knit Chat
They sure
Cafe.
do.
They gave away, I think, maybe 4 of these packs of the cards.
Wow.
They're very generous with giveables and such
Yeah.
on there too. Just an added incentive.
Yeah, they're very, very nice people. Very kind people.
Yep. They're in southern Alberta, Canada?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah. So then the other knit personality we met Nitty Natty.
Yes.
We met her on the hill the last time. And this time we actually met her on Sunday the next day. She was coming out of a barn and we were going into the barn and I was just like, Natalie! I don't like to do that on Sundays because I know Saturdays are super, super busy and that's when all the kind of meet up and stuff. And Sunday you just kind of want to chill out and, just kind of shop and might not necessarily want to get hit up by your fans, but I wouldn't mind. If a fan approached me on Sunday, I wouldn't mind. So I hope she didn't mind, but we did totally fangirl her and pull her aside and make her take a picture. So yeah, it was super nice to meet her and her husband and chat about her new RV lifestyle.
Yes.
Very exciting.
Yeah. Full RV life. And she's loving it.
I would love it.
Yeah.
That little camper in the front yard, I'd live in that in a heartbeat and love it. But I'd have to have a lot of area. One of the bunk beds would be yarn. Yeah. But super nice to see her.
Yeah. Well, and we saw in different people that I kind of recognized in passing.
Yes.
A couple that I said, oh, it's the cocktail hour at the Coop ladies, and I wish I'd have gone over and said something.
Yeah.
But they were talking with somebody at that time, and I didn't want to butt in. But yeah, if you get a chance to look up their YouTube cocktail hour at the Coop, they are a hoot.
Oh.
Sisters, and they are just a hoot. They typically do their video from their parents' alpaca farm. It's just just so funny.
Huh.
Oh my gosh. And very, very personable, very very fun girls.
And you talked quite a bit with the Wing and a Prayer farm lady
Oh yes,
just before the
oh gosh,
the
now
parade.
that you said that, I'm going to forget her name.
I know.
Isn't that ridiculous?
I know. Wing and a Prayer farm lady. That's not really her name, but
And I know it. I know
Right on
it
the
just
tip.
like anything.
yeah.
Yeah.
But she was there with she was getting ready to show one of the sheep. I think they were going into the ring.
Yes,
And then
'cause they
the
were
parade
doing
was happening.
talks and things like that. And then I think she took him on the parade.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think she did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to chat with her for a second. On my bucket list, on my wish list, on my dream list is to someday go and stay on her farm at her Airbnb.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I just wanted to ask her quickly, is it always like fully booked up? Is it 2-year waiting list kind of situation, or is there a good off season kind of time to hit that up? So yeah, just wanted to chat with her for a minute about
Wrinkle in Time does the same thing.
Yeah,
I
they
wouldn't
have an
mind going out
Airbnb
there,
too.
and that's not too far from home.
it. Yep.
So yeah, that was it. We had a wonderful time with the grandkids. It was super crowded, crazy on Saturday. Sunday,
Ugh.
honestly, was not a whole heck of a lot better.
No, I think the secret of Rhinebeck is out.
Yeah. We got trapped in the Katrinkles booth.
Oh gosh.
It was ridiculous. They need a bigger booth, Rhinebeck. Organizers, they need a bigger booth. It was asses to elbows, nuts to nuts. Like, you were up close and personal with all
Everybody.
the people. All the people.
Yeah.
And then when I finally got to the register, Dylan had, I can't even remember what it was, just this little, I can't remember what it was she bought. Just this little tiny thing. It was like a $3, it was stickers. It was a sheet of stickers, just a $3 sheet of stickers, and it took us like 35 minutes to get to the register and buy it. But I wanted to ask them if they had the Rhinebeck sweater little button things. And they, of course, didn't. Of course, they were sold out.
Yeah.
So we got back to the Airbnb, and I went online, and they had them, so I bought them. Just had them shipped home. And they also had these little things. If you know Katrinkles, you know these. But this is, whoopsie, a Rhinebeck checklist. It's all the things that you should probably do while you're at Rhinebeck. So we might have to check those off next year.
Yeah, that would be fun. And she got me one too.
Yeah, and I got her one. But yeah, Rhinebeck is always an experience. It was wet and cold the first day.
Yeah.
And
it was like wet. It wasn't downpour at any
No.
point, but it was like for a half an hour, it'd be like steady drizzle. And
Yep.
then it would stop for a bit. And then another half hour of that steady drizzle. So it was umbrella up, umbrella down. Umbrella
Yeah.
up, umbrella down.
Yeah, it was cold.
Yeah, you had that chill from the damp in the air. Yeah.
Sunday was a little bit better. It was a little bit breezy.
Yes, it was windy on Sunday.
Yeah, it was pretty cold that day.
Yeah.
And poor Miss Dillon, she has asthma, and I think the place we stayed retained moisture very well. So she had a really hard time. She was quite sick when
We
by the
didn't
time we
figure
got
out
home.
how to do the dehumidify until the last day.
Yep. But we got along all right. She was pretty sick, but got home and got some treatment, and Mom definitely scolded herself for not sending her inhaler with her, but we got through. Yeah, it was exhausting though. So fun but exhausting. All right, so that's enough about Rhinebeck. Let's get on to the haul, right? Have we talked about haul?
No.
No, let's do that. All right. Let me go first?
Sure.
All right. My first Rhinebeck haul, I had these on my list of places to go, and I love Boondoggle yarn. Boondoggle Farm.
Boondoggle Farm.
I did a couple of hats. They had these all hat kits, and I got the pattern. The pattern actually has like 4 or 5 different variations of the hat. And you can also mix and match the hat. It's like charted. The card kind of has these long charts, and they're all just the hat. They're just repeats. So you can also take like sections of those charts and mix and match. So it's a great pattern, super easy, quick to knit up. And they had more hat kits there. So I bought a couple. I had Dylan and Kinsley pick them out for me. I believe Kinsley picked this one. And no, Dylan picked this one. Kinsley picked this one. And so I'm going to try to make them hats. I think the pattern is adult size, so I might have to take a few repeats out. It might have had a variation. I don't know. It's been a while since I knit it. Yeah. So that's what those are intended for. Another whip. What do you got, Jules? You want to go back and forth, or you want me to just do mine?
Whatever you want to do.
Go back and forth. Your turn.
Okay. So I'm trying to remember what my first was.
I don't think that was my first purchase. It was just the one that was on top of my bag.
I think my first was this, because I think this was like my have to do.
Yes.
So somebody,
She was naughty.
naughty tinker.
In a very good way.
Yes. I figured that if I got this, I could sit it by my desk, and I was hoping that having an e-spinner with that consistent speed, I could focus on the drafting and the spin and not worry about the treadling.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a problem with the treadling. I love my spinning wheel, but I really want something that I can concentrate on that drafting and that twist. So I'll bit the bullet. And I cannot say that I'm sorry. It's an ingenious little contraption. I mean, he is just so smart. This is called the electric eel wheel.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah. And there's the website there, thedreamingrobots.com. This card I got because I don't only get the eel wheel, I got his yarn counter too.
And does that work well?
Oh, it works.
You love it?
It works well. I love it, yes. I got that. If you've looked at electric wheels, electric e-spinners, they can really be an investment.
Expensive.
And I don't do enough spinning to justify that kind of a price tag. So this is perfect.
See, I didn't do that much spinning to justify either, and that's why. But I wanted something that could spin faster, and that's why I got the 6. And now I can't stop spinning. It does make it so easy. And if you're really looking to get a consistency, and if you're wanting to get a targeted weight of yarn, I think that
it's going to make it much easier.
Yeah, it's so much easier. I still love my wheel, and I use my wheel a lot for plying because it is a little bit easier for me to ply on that. I use it for yarn that I really don't know what it's going to be. I just want to spin it and see what it becomes. Then I'll use that for single spinning. But I love the fact that with the e-spinner, it's so small. I can take it anywhere.
Yeah.
I can take it to the living room. I can sit back, or I can put it on my desk and do it during conference calls.
It's
portable. Just very easy to work with. So
yep.
You say you don't spin much. You will. You'll get addicted again.
Yeah, I can see it being very helpful.
Yeah.
I get really frustrated because I want to be very good right away. And I just was not getting that with the wheel, and so I was getting a bit frustrated, and I think this is definitely going to help because I think just the little bit that I've got on the bobbin already is more consistent than I was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it doesn't happen overnight. I mean, you
right. Yeah, you got to put in the time.
I've only been spinning for 3 or 4 years. But during Tour de Fleece, I spin ridiculous amounts of fiber, and it's practice, practice. And those first few years of Tour de Fleece, I really didn't care what I was spinning. I was just spinning, and some of the yarn may not be usable for garments, but you could throw a hat out of it, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
It's still, even though it's funky, chunky, thick, and thin, there's still a use for it. And even if I never use it, it was useful for the practice of spinning.
That's kind of the way I'm looking. I just spin it.
Yep.
Just get it spun
10,
up.
20 minutes a
It'll
day.
work for something.
Yep.
And I need that practice. I need that time invested.
Yep. So, on the vein of the spinning, one of the purchases that I made, I should never have gone by this booth because I love loop. There's the website. I love their bullseye bumps. They are so amazing. I've spun one. I got two last year, and I spun one of them, and I fell in love. They're so pretty. So this is what it looks like. It's just gorgeous. And they have them all on this wall in these little shoebox containers, so you see all these little bullseyes looking out at you, and it's ridiculously tempting. But you pull from the middle, and it's just like a pencil roving. And then it's just super, it's all prepped, all ready, you just spin. And it's just gorgeous colors. I usually just spin on one bobbin. I think the first one I did, I chain plied to keep the color repeats. But I think a center pull ball and just kind of let the colors blend would be beautiful. And then this one was my other one.
So pretty.
Oh my God. You could even spin like one on one and one on the other, and you could put those together.
You sure could.
This one is 5 ounces and this one is 6.2. So you'd have
this one, outer space.
Outer Space is the dark one, and the other one is Cloud 9.
Oh.
But they're so fun. And just an easy spin. So that
I love that.
was my next one. What was next for you, Jules?
So this
So pretty.
was, because I had bought the spinner, I wanted something really easy, like more on the long staple side of things, to use on the e-spinner. This is from the Sheep Shed at Mountain View Farm. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, there we go. If I can stop shaking. And this is Polworth. I had no Polworth yet.
I love Polworth.
So this is a half a pound, so 8 ounces of Polworth. And I just pulled a chunk off when we got back to the Airbnb, and I spun on my little eel wheel.
I love Polworth.
Yeah, Polworth is, I got a little blob there, don't I?
Yep, that feels soft. That feels like alpaca.
I know. It's just, and I mean, this Polworth, it does. It has a long staple.
Yeah.
I mean, this fiber is really prepped nice. It's really
Polworth is nice, and what's the other one that I love so much? I made the gloves out of it. The black and white fingerless gloves. Can't remember.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking this was something else. I was thinking this was Cormo, maybe? But yeah, it's Polworth.
Beautiful. Beautiful fiber.
It
It is nice to spin with.
I got more puffs on me.
This is ridiculous. I had no business getting this.
This was an enablement.
Super enablement. I got these plates. I got 3 of them. Pencil roving. So it's very plotalope.
Yes, you could knit like plotalope right from that.
You could put it on a spinner and
Yep.
spin it and put a little, give a
twist
little twist to it.
Yeah.
But I think I like it just the way it is.
You would absolutely love a sweater out of that. I
Yeah.
did a forage sweater by, gosh, I shouldn't do that because I never can remember the names.
Melody Hoffman?
Melody Hoffman, yes. She has a forage sweater that is out of the Plodalopi. And that sweater is just, you don't feel like you have a thing on. Oh, but the heat.
Super warm.
It is so warm. When I am cold, boy, I put that baby on. I am not cold long.
So there is the details on the bag. I don't know how much, like, yardage or anything is in these. I didn't get that information. I'm sure I can get it from their website.
Yeah.
But it's interesting, like this is on the outside, and then I have an end here, and then I have an end here, because it does separate.
Yeah, it will pull.
So
there's
easily.
No spin in it.
I mean, it just pulls right apart. So I am going to have to be very careful when I knit with it, right?
You'd be surprised. You think you have to be so careful. It's not that tender.
Yeah.
It will knit, and you'll do fine.
But I think there's probably going to be some spots like that where, things have gotten pulled and it comes apart.
Yep.
But because it is it's not spun at all, right? It will spit splice.
And you won't have to, like, do much to get it to hold to itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else for you, Jules?
Oh, yes. I also was a very naughty tinker.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. So I figured, if I'm going to get spinning, what's my biggest aggravation with using my wheel? Moving those stupid hooks.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Moving
then I have to
your yarn
stop.
on.
And then I have to move the hook so that I can keep my yarn on the bobbin even. So I just did it. I just went and got me a woolly winder. So there's
I'm so jealous.
the woolly winder. I got it for my wheel.
And in case you're wondering, no, he will not be making one for the e-spinner, for the e-wheel.
Nope. It was a firm no.
It was a hard stop on that question. Hard stop.
But this works so incredibly well. I have to tell you, if you see it in person, you see the design and you're like, oh my gosh, that is so incredibly simple. And it's so incredibly brilliant. It just works perfectly.
Here's the one thing I wish they would do. So the way that this works is it has a gear here that when you're spinning, it moves the hook. So you have to get their wheels, right? Because their bobbins, because the bobbin has a cog to go onto that to make it work, right?
Turn your gear.
I wish they would have just cogs that you could get and attach to an existing bobbin, because I've invested quite a bit into the bobbins.
Yes.
I've got like 5 of the wood bobbins for my Louette.
Yeah.
I'm already going to buy, if I'm going to buy the woolly winder, I'm going to have to buy all new bobbins. Now I've got 5 bobbins that I can't use with this. I wish that there would be some sort of modification piece I could stick on my existing bobbins.
Yeah.
Save a little money.
Yep.
And not be so wasteful with the bobbins I already have.
Yep. I think if you either on Ravelry or on anywhere where you can sell things, I think you could easily sell your bobbins.
Yeah.
I do want to get one more of the bobbins. That way I have, if I want to spend 2 bobbins to do a 2-ply, I will have 2 bobbins that will work on my woolly winder.
Mm-hmm.
Because for the most part, I feel I'm going to use this for the plying. But I don't know.
Yeah.
If I really don't like messing with the hooks, it's entirely... And Maurice is not going to come out with a woolly winder. Come on, Maurice!
I know! Get on that, Maurice!
Then, I may end up doing a bit more on my wheel than I think I'm going to. But
yeah. I can see the value more in the plying than in the singles. Because, like I said, I use my big wheel more for plying than anything else.
Yeah.
And that's where I tend to get, I'm concentrating on especially chain plying, I'm concentrating on the plying.
And you get the mountain.
I get the mountain because I'm not paying attention to where my yarn is sitting.
Yeah.
But like the ends of those bobbins, those wet bobbins, pop off. I'm constantly, when I stick them on the lazy Lazy Kate, I'm constantly popping the ends out of the bobbin. So why not just make something that you can pop the old end off and pop the new end in and put it on a woolly winder? It would be so simple. Maurice, you're the whole 3D printing genius. Get on that, buddy, too. Partner up with the woolly winder guy. Come on, guys. Collaboration. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want my cake and eat it too.
Don't we all?
So I don't have a whole lot of other things that I got. It was more Dylan's day. She got a lot. But one of the things, if you've ever been to Rhinebeck, up near the food section, there's a bathroom, and there's always a stall there with a man playing a pan flute, a wind flute, and oh my goodness, he is so amazing. What is his name? Well, the name of the company is Espiritu Andino. So I got one of his CDs. He is brilliant. The music is absolutely gorgeous. I haven't even opened it. I've got to get this in the CD player. I absolutely love it. I wish I could download the music. Maybe you can at their website.
Maybe.
It's just so peaceful and so relaxing, and it's great meditation. Obviously you can't meditate in the middle of Rhinebeck, but it's gorgeous.
Oh, you just reminded me. I bought a stocking stuffer there at that booth. The little whistling bird.
Yes, and Dylan got whistling birds for her and her brother, so I do have one out in the living room. I'll put a picture. They're the birds where you put the water in and you blow and it goes, and it's so cute but so annoying. That's why it's in the living room. And then Dylan also got the last green alpaca.
Yep.
It's these little alpacas full of long alpaca fur and super fluffy and puffy and rather pricey, but
yes.
She had to have it.
Kinsley got one too.
Yeah.
And Kinsley actually takes hers everywhere.
Yeah.
She came to spend the night last night, and Lily
is her name.
Lily
Aww.
came with her, and we went to Belfast. They had their tree lighting and meet Santa. Lily went and met Santa. That alpaca goes with her everywhere. She loves it. She sleeps with it.
Aww. Everything. Yeah. Dylan had hers over here the other weekend. But yeah, she had a lot of fun. She got the alpaca. She got some lip balm from Long Island Sheep and Wool.
Long Island Farm. Yeah, I think it's Long Island Farm.
I got a coconut and lip balm, and she got a honey lip balm. She loved that. Yeah, we had a lot of fun. And I think the only other thing I got was my souvenirs from the souvenir tent. We got our bags. I don't have mine. You've got yours.
I've got mine full of stuff. But yeah,
so that was the bag.
Sears.
And then
nice big bag.
That's the program. And then I also got a calendar.
And she got me one too.
And I got Julie one too. Yeah. I just thought, I love calendars. I know that we use our farm for everything, but this has got just a little bit of Rhinebeck in the calendar. Some sheepies. Some of the judging of the sheepies. More judging of the sheepies. Fleece. Just all kinds of fun. There's great vibe of Rhinebeck. So, ooh, yum. So, yeah, just a fun reminder of the weekend, and all year long you can have sheepies, right?
I had just one other acquisition there. Kinsley's wanting to
Oh, yes, I
crochet.
actually did have one.
Did you get one too?
Yeah.
Good Karma yarn and soap.
Yep.
Love our local. Well, local. They're in Bridgeton. It's a bit of a drive, but they're
not
from
quite
Maine.
local anymore.
They're
But
from
that's a
Maine.
beautiful color.
Yeah, Kinsley picked that out. I wanted to get something, a bigger yarn that would be a little easier for her to crochet. We've had another session of trying to do crochet.
Yeah. It's fits and starts.
Oof, yeah.
Dylan also wanted to learn to knit, so I did the same. I got her good karma, and she got shark juice, which is a super pretty color. And she actually did
Do some knitting.
do a little knitting. Now,
Yeah.
I cast on for her, and then I showed her how to knit the first row. She knit the next row, and then I knit the most recent row to fix a few mistakes that she made. And that's as far as we've gotten. We went to Helen's at Heavenly Yarns in Belfast, and we were looking for knitting needles. And I asked her what she thought, the best knitting needles for a beginner would be. It was the day we went to get Lincoln's buttons. And she sent, one of the people that were working there, she sent them back to the back, and he came out with this can. This big around, full of these old-timey, the aluminum needles. And just told the kids to pick one, to pick a set. So I picked a set of 11s for Dylan and a set of 13s for Lincoln, because he decided that he wanted to learn how to knit too. But that's as far as it went. He hasn't even picked up the needles. So I have to get him a bag, something that will inspire him. This is her little bag. She got this Notions bag from Wee Ones in Rhinebeck. And then that's got all of her little ditties in it. And then she also got this little needle minder, little Snaps needle minder at Rhinebeck at Wee Ones. And I believe her stitch markers in here, she can't use them with these needles, but these were Wee Ones purchased a while ago. The bag, the unicorn bag, was Wee Ones as well. And her stitch markers are little unicorns. They're so cute. I'll have to put a picture because you can't see them very well. But yeah, so she did a row.
I had a lucette. I got a lucette, I think at Fiber Frolic.
Yeah.
I think it was Fiber Frolic. And when we had tried the last go at crochet, she was getting a bit frustrated, so I pulled out the lucette and I said, well, I haven't tried this yet, so let's learn how to use this together. And she actually took to that really well.
Oh,
she
nice.
made a necklace, she made a bracelet.
Cool.
So she really liked that, which she can certainly use that yarn for that if she wants to.
Yeah. Yep. It's hard, when you're competing against electronics and all the things of today's age. It's hard for kids to get into that.
And it really takes coordination.
Yes.
And she maybe just is not quite there to have the patience for that coordination yet with them. It's fine. She got the lucette very quickly and easily, so that saved the day.
Yeah. I took a really cute picture of Dylan knitting, and I'll include that. Just the focus she had doing that first row. But I've not been able to convince her to knit with me since.
Yep.
We'll see. I'm sure it'll come. It did for me as a kid. It came and went, and yeah. And it's slow going, so it takes.
Yeah, they want instant satisfaction.
Yeah. I think that's it. No, that's it for Rhinebeck.
Rhinebeck acquisitions, yeah.
Yeah. So regular acquisitions. I don't have a lot. It's a lot, but it's not a lot. I found this book at Goodwill, and it's super cute. I need another book like a hole in the head. It's called Geek Knits. Over 30 projects for fantasy fanatics, science fiction fiends, and knitting nerds. Pretty much me to a T. But it's got some super fun, super cute multi-sided dies. Knitted multi-sided, like big pillow.
Like yard game.
Yeah.
Pillows.
Yeah. But super fun and cute. Just a lot of really nerdy knits. And they're all on Ravelry. So when you put this one's really pretty. when you put this book in your Ravelry library,
You've got the patterns.
you've got the patterns. You don't have the pattern on Ravelry, but you at least have them in your library. So, yeah. Because everybody needs a Captain America shirt. Or I guess it's...
Oh my gosh, it's a dress.
It's a dress, yes.
Wow.
I mean, just
Perfect for cosplay.
really, really, really fun stuff. There's a dragon. And yes, folks, that is Adam Savage from Mythbusters. Yeah, so that was fun. And what a cool find at the Goodwill. I believe it had a half price sticker on too. Because I don't buy anything at Goodwill if it's not half price. And then I was really naughty. And I bought some Nomad Yarn undyed mini skeins. 25 of their Marshmallow DK. Sorry it's in the package and it's all shiny and stuff. But I am dyeing up Advent kits for us. Because I did not purchase an Advent kit this year. I decided to dye my own. And it is themed after...
It's the Night Before Christmas?
That's not the actual name of the poem.
Oh.
It is something about Santa's ride. Santa's night ride or something like that. I don't know.
Midnight Ride?
Something like that. I don't remember. It's terrible. I've always known it as 'Twas the Night Before Christmas.
That's what everybody knows it as.
Yeah. But that's what I am theming the Advent kit out of, and I'm so excited. I want to show her this. They're right in there. They're right in the closet.
Ooh.
I want to show her so bad. Yeah. But I won't. That's what I did the other day to keep my hands warm, was dye yarn, and it was so much fun. And then I also got, because you have to have free shipping,
Yeah.
so why not spend an extra $40 to save $15? I got a 10 skein.
Well, you got 20% off your first order too, right?
And this was not my first order. No, this is not my first order. But I think I got I think I did get a discount because it was like their Black. It was a pre-Black Friday. It wasn't really Black Friday, but it was pre-Black Friday. It was a sale anyway. I don't remember how much the discount was, but yeah. So I got the Marshmallow DK in the full skeins, and why buy one skein for $9.99 or $9.90? I think it was, when you can get 10. So I got 10. And
when you buy the pack, it's a much better deal too.
It is a bit, and I'm gonna use DK yarn, and this way I can dye my own.
Mm-hmm.
I did find I need to add to my color collection because most of my colors are they're very earthy, or they're very muted. Like all my reds are I've got turkey red, cherry, strawberry, and ripe tomato. I don't have a real fire engine red. My greens are like China Jade, Forest Green, and there's another one that's like an aqua green or something like that. So I don't have a real green, like a Christmas green. Mm-hmm. So I need to get some primary colors in there. So, yeah. And then we're going to make some pretty yarn. And with my purchase with Nomad, they very kindly included a little tote bag. So it's got their website there.
Yeah.
Nomad Yarn Company or .com. Yeah.
I love their marshmallow base.
Their marshmallow DK is amazing.
They have the marshmallow in worsted. I can't remember if they have it in fingering too. I think they do, because I think I've got the size.
Their fingering is amazing too. I have bought their fingering, and their fingering is amazing. I wanted to try their mohair. The mohair that I've gotten in the past, I've gotten from Canada, and I used to be able to get it with free shipping. They like free shipping over $35, so it was easy to get there. A couple of packs of mohair and you're free shipping. No more from Canada, because shipping is so ridiculous.
Crazy, yeah.
So, but they were sold out of their mohair, so I'll have to wait and
I can't remember if they've got a Surrey or not.
No, I don't
didn't think they
so.
did. Yeah.
So that's it. That's all my stash enhancements. What else do you have?
I think I only have one other. Well, one I don't have here because there's nothing to show yet. The Legacy Fiber Arts Advent.
Oh, yes, yes.
So I don't have that to show, but we will have starting 5 days.
Yeah.
5 days.
Friday?
It's crazy.
Is it Friday? Yeah, Friday.
Yeah, how fast it came
Holy
up.
cow.
Yeah. And then Hypnotic Yarn.
Ooh,
They were naughty.
That's pretty,
Yeah.
though.
They had a special sale on past Yarnable boxes. So they had some overstocks of past Yarnable boxes. Those things went fast. I was lucky to snag one. Kay enabled on this one from Crazy Sock Lady. I think this was November's. Yes, November 2023. This is Sinful Delight. And it's so pretty.
Pretty.
It just says fall all over.
So pretty.
And very cinnamon colors.
Yeah.
And with that, you get the extras that were in the Yarnable box as well.
You do.
You
Oh,
do.
it's not just the skinny yarn.
No.
Oh, how lovely.
So the extras
I
came in this
love that
cool little
bag.
bag. Yeah, it's like a mesh encased in whatever that is, vinyl.
It's like those grain, like dog food bags.
Yeah,
Without the dog on it.
Grain sacks. And this is, what do they call it? These like yarn labels or something along those lines. Fox and Pine stitches.
Oh, yeah.
One is like a sweater tag that you can put in the back of the sweater, and one's a fold over tag for like the edge of a hat.
Yeah.
Fox and Pine stitches. You can probably smell it already. This is it's from Little House on the Homestead. It's farm-made artisan soap in Alexandria, Minnesota. And it is cinnamon spice.
Mm.
And oh my gosh, this smells so good. Oh, I love cinnamon.
Me too.
Love it. So that is just...
Yummy.
You think that was yummy?
Uh-oh.
This, Kay went gaga over. She said, I'm going on their website. I'm going to buy these candles. So it's a candle from Angela... Is it Angela Rose? Yeah. Angela Rose Studios. So AngelaRoseStudios.com. And this is a Cinnamon Swirl Signature Collection candle.
Ooh.
It has notes of vanilla, cinnamon, and sugar. Hand poured in Richland Center, Wisconsin.
Uh-oh.
This is like a cinnamon bun from
In a candle.
the pastry shop.
Yeah.
In a candle, and I could eat that.
You can literally smell the icing.
Yes. It's just like a cinnamon roll, an iced cinnamon roll.
I need to make cinnamon rolls now.
Oh,
It's a different cinnamon than like...
it is.
This.
That's like
This-
straight up cinnamon, but this is with the icing.
This has got more spice in it. Like, you can smell the cardamom and nutmeg and, you know...
Yeah.
There's a lot more than just cinnamon here.
Yeah,
This
this
is
is just-
straight up cinnamon and vanilla sugar.
Yes.
It's a cinnamon bun.
I can
Wow.
see why Kay went gaga over it. Because if it wasn't wax, I would eat
Let me just put that over here.
So, yeah. Seriously. AngelaRoseStudios.com. If it may have been a special... It's a signature collection.
But
so
if that
signature
smells that
thing.
good, imagine what her other flavors are gonna
yeah.
smells are gonna smell like.
I would call that a flavor.
I would call it a flavor for sure.
Man, if it wasn't wax, I'd eat it.
Yep.
For sure. And I also got a couple little things that I had one of these on a laptop one time back along when I did have the Yarnable, and it's just a little cover for your camera. This is I'd rather be knitting, and so you slide it to cover your camera, or slide it the other way to have your camera open.
My work laptop actually has one of those
Built
on
in.
it. Built
Yeah,
in it.
mine does now, but my previous didn't.
Yeah.
And then
I didn't know it did. I had a piece of tape over it. And my manager was like, you know, that's got a window.
Too funny.
Didn't.
And that's her cute little stickers. It's so
Aw.
cute. So yeah, that was fun.
I would like to do that again, but like the whole. I used to get the yarnable boxes.
I did.
but
For a couple of years I did it, and I just ended up... I wasn't... If I was to do it again, I would make sure that I was knitting that every
Yes.
month. And that's what I didn't do, so I have quite a build-up.
yeah,
So until I
me too. I have
get
like
those...
I probably have
knitted up.
7 or 8 skeins of it that I
Yeah.
haven't worked with yet.
I did both fingering and DK, and so I've got...
Yeah. And I just,
bit of both.
I have so much yarn. I can't. I can't. I had that, plus I had, the fiber box that I was doing every month, and it just was too much.
Yep, I'll get caught up a bit, and then I would happily subscribe again.
Yep. Yep. So is that all the goodies?
That is all my goodies.
That's all the goodies.
Yep.
All right. So I don't think there's anything else. That's almost 2 hours.
We're going to plan on coming to you again later this week.
Yes, yes. Upcoming, what to expect from us going forward. So it has been a while since we've done a podcast together. We're hoping to get, there's a new software that Julie is going to be trying out that we're hoping that we're going to be able to do more of this, not physically together, but do like a virtual call and be able to capture it, record it, and then share it with you. So we'll be able to get together a little more frequently on the off seasons.
If you want to see how that all works, go on Knit Chat Cafe.
Yeah.
They use the same platform, and it works very well. It's got a lot of little extras. There's there's different levels you can do with it for different things you want to do. We're just going to try out the free, see how it works.
Yeah. And hopefully
Because
be able to get
winter
in
in
front of you more.
Maine, you never know how often we'll be
Yeah.
able to get together. so-
Even not winter.
Yeah,
Even
true.
during the spring, summer, fall, like it's a lot to schlep all her stuff over here and get together, and it's just a lot easier sometimes for us. We'll still do the together thing on occasion, but it'll
Yeah.
be easier
But
for us
hopefully
to
we'll
do.
be able to come with video more often,
Yes.
because it will make it a little bit easier is the hope.
Yes. And there won't be as much editing involved with that.
We may, with this platform, we can do lives too, like Knit Chat
Yes,
Cafe does.
yes.
So it's
We-
possible.
Yeah. Yeah.
If we start getting enough subscribers to warrant it.
Yes, because I don't even know, I'm not sure about the live thing with our YouTube channel, because I think you have to have like a certain,
I think you have to have a certain number of subscribers to go
Yeah.
live. Yeah.
or hours viewed or something
Right.
like that. So
yeah.
I'm not
so
sure.
it's
if
probably
we
a
can.
ways down the road.
Yeah, yeah. So share with
But
your
if you
friends.
like and subscribe, you can help us with
Share
that.
with your friends. Share with your friends. We do have a Ko-Fi. We started a Patreon, but we haven't really advertised it. The Ko-Fi link is below. We don't do this for the money. We do it
Yeah.
for the love of fiber and to share, with everyone. So we don't do a whole lot of that. So if you want to support our channel, like, subscribe, and share. That's the biggest form of support that we can ask for, because that helps us get more people to enjoy what we enjoy.
Build the community.
Yeah, yeah. And please comment below, because
Yeah.
I love chatting with you guys. It has been a while since I dug into the comments, but I like it. So that's it. I think that's everything. So if you would like to find us on social media individually, where can we find you, Julie?
I'm Jules Larrabee on Ravelry, and jules.makes is the best place to find me on Instagram. I'm most active there.
I am Nana's House 15 on Ravelry and Nana's _house 15 on Instagram, neither of which I'm very active on. The best place to reach me is right here on the comments on the channel or through our email address, which is nuttynitty sisters@gmail.com. So, thank you so much for watching.
Yes.
We appreciate it. And until next time,
Stay
stay nutty and keep knitting. Bye.
Bye.